what I have found is that the more that I honor how I feel emotionally, the more connected I am to myself and all that is. The more connected I feel to nature, to the divine, to all people. And I'm quickly able to recognize who is not connected to themselves, who is acting in a dysregulated state. For instance, who has, like, a lot of us weren't taught how to emotionally regulate. So we have to learn ourselves. And through my own learning and my own honoring how I feel in healthy ways, it shines light on so much. And as I honor myself, I grow so much. I elevate. And then I'm more connected to my body, because emotions are connected to your body. And I'm not overeating anymore. I haven't been overeating. The stuff I used to eat to, like, cope, emotional eating, like sun butter, coffee, all these things I would use as, like, stress, to calm my stress. I did that today and it didn't taste the same. Like, my stomach was already satisfied and I was trying to pour that into myself, but I was like, no, this doesn't even feel natural. So yes, and that's not only the connection that matters, the connection to your inner child. So doing the inner child work, really getting to the root of your patterns and behaviors, reflecting on your life, seeing your role, seeing where it stems from, what you did and didn't learn, and then learning how to literally allow yourself to be who you are, learning yourself all over again through, creating experiences, developing new hobbies, and then seeing your interactions with people. Everyone's a reflection of our own internal world. So how we respond and react to people reveals through them if we're creating a safe environment or not. And yeah, I've really had to learn through relationships what deserves my energy, who I don't want to be, like how I'm acting. Do I want to act this way? Is this really who I am? And so many times I realized it was not who I was at my core. It's not who I wanted to be. I was just reacting because of so much built up frustration through so many experiences that I had. Once I realized what I had experienced, there became these, like, really impulsive, reactive states of rage and anger, because I had been fed up. I realized what I don't like, what doesn't feel good to my body. So the way I reacted was, like, very impulsive, but I had to learn. I didn't know what to do with that energy. I hadn't experienced that deep rage before, so it was very new. And yeah, through my own emotional regulation and recognizing what I do and do not need to give my energy to, and just honoring how I feel, healthily communicating what bothers me without hurting anybody, I, like, go to nature and I'm, like, really present and at peace, and I can see the magic in everything. Like, we're not taught how to emotionally regulate. They don't teach that in school, and our parents didn't grow up learning that either, or our grandparents. We're just literally taught through schooling and through our parents and, grandparents and other people around us, what is important, what we should fill our minds with. Math, science, social studies, work, college, all of these things, a baby, husband. We're literally given a blueprint, and it's not the correct blueprint to be living. It creates stress, anxiety, so many things, and then we're out here literally giving our lives to these places and to other people because we think that's how life is supposed to be, and we think that's how we're supposed to receive love, by how much we're giving. And the truth is, when you truly know yourself and you know how to pour into yourself, that kindness, that care, that nurturing, it's so natural to give. You don't feel depleted. But when you don't know how to give to yourself, simple requests from people or nurturance or just things like can feel very overwhelming and like a burden. So if you have kids and you find yourself feeling like they're a burden because they need you for things, recognize that you just, as a child, you probably weren't given what you needed. And your parents probably responded the same way. And then now you have to learn how to give to yourself what you have never received. That attention, that nurturance, that care, that love. That has always been within you and something you've always needed. And stop seeking it from other people. Because the more that we seek it from other people, the more that we're giving our power and our energy away. We're focusing it away from ourselves. And that almost always will lead to disappointment. We'll like nag our partners, we'll pressure them, we'll do things when maybe they don't have the capacity. Or maybe they're just simply not there, like emotionally, mentally, physically. They haven't done that for themselves either. So we're like trying to vampire pull this energy from people when we need to focus inward and give it to ourselves. But we weren't taught. So that is why I created the Journey Inward, a 3-month experience where you learn the necessary tools and the steps to go within and to heal these deep childhood woundings that have you looking externally for things to bring you joy and fulfillment. That joy, that satisfaction, that wholeness has always been within you. And it is literally sitting there waiting for you to recognize and remember and claim it. It all starts in childhood. So comment Inward Journey below and I will send you the details. Peace.